right, here we go. Coach Adams from Siena Heights. Road warrior. You know, you're at all of these things. Michigan, school, you're in Central Ohio, crappy weather, you still hit the road. But it's paying off for you, isn't it?
Yeah, so right now our roster is pretty heavy with Ohio, and I love Ohio. We love Ohio. They got great wrestling here, and to be honest, it's how our schedule is. So I can be here. If we're not competing, whenever we're not competing, I'm trying to be somewhere watching kids compete and just make contact with them. I think it's important that they know that, like, the type of coach I am, like, I'm going to be there. That includes, like, senior nights. I go to soccer games, right, like choir concerts, whatever it is, because that's the kind of coach, that's the kind of program we have. When we say our values are love, family, and fun, like, I don't care what your mouth is doing, what are your feet doing, and so I want to show them that these are our values, and part of that is showing up and being present for things that are important to them too.
Okay, so some of these girls here have seen your face before, but some of them haven't. Give us a quick pitch on what you have to offer. What love, family, fun, I get it. You could just stop right there and I'm signing up. But let's talk a little bit more in depth about what you have to offer and what kind of girls you're looking for here.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, it's how you treat other people. Right? Because like wrestling is, there's mechanics to wrestling and getting good. But like, what do you do how do you handle yourself in loss? Right, when you face adversity in a match, how do you treat other people? Right, like what happens if a call doesn't go your way? Right, like how do you treat your parents? How do you treat your other teammates? That's why I get here early. I watch the warm up. I see how people interact with their teammates and other people, just because I think it tells a lot about who you are as a person. I go to a lot of practices too. How kids practice. If they aren't doing it, if they don't get up and get after it in the practice room, like. It could be a difficult transition, In terms of our university, I think we offer a small, hands-on, our class size is 12 to 1. 83% of our students are athletes. The professors are going to know you. They're going to be invested in your education. They're going to ask how your sport's going, what other activities you're involved in. So like when we talk about our values of love, family, and fun, it's also reflected in our institution as a whole, and I think that's really important that they, mesh together and they're not in contrast to one another. What we're trying to do as a team goes right along with our values of a program, and I think that. Sorry, there's somebody behind you being a knucklehead. But I think the other thing is, early on we've been able to have some success halfway through our first year. I think it's just because the girls, our team, they come in and they buy in to what we're doing. They want to work hard, both on the mat and in the classroom, and they see that it's working, and it's not anything, I think, overly technical. It's staying in good position, working hard, and just we talk about finding a way all the time, finding a way. That you're going to face adversity throughout a match, throughout the season, and how do you find a way to get the job done?
What's next for the team? What do you got coming up?
January 6th, we're down at Louisville for its national duels.
Okay.
They invite the top 16 teams. We're a first-year program. They largely base it on the last year's, and we're not ranked in the top 16, so we didn't get invited to the dual portion. But the individual tournament, we're going to go down there, take our team, they're going to wrestle in the individual, then we're going to go over and watch the dual tournament, and we'll say, hey, if you guys want to be here, well, we got to be in the top 16 to get invited. And so I want to show them, like, if we want to be in consideration for competing for a national dual championship, well, we have progress we have to make. So that's next, and then we get into the second portion of our conference. We're in the Mid-South Conference, which I think is in the NAIA, and all of women's wrestling, I think, is the toughest women's wrestling conference there is. We get in the second half of that. We have I think 5 or 6 more conference duels, and so that's good. I mean, the rest of the schools we have are, I think 4 of the 5 are ranked in the top 10 or 12 right now. So we'll have a lot of opportunities to get better week in and week out.
All right, Coach, I appreciate the time. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you for all that you do for our sport. I think you do a fantastic job, and I can't thank you enough because it takes people like you who work there. butts off to get the word out, and no one else is doing it. And I really value what you're doing, and I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, coming from you, somebody that works their butt off too, that means a lot. We all do it for the same reason. You just happen to get paid for it. Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.